What's up, PTG people? This week the Anaheim Appletons, are taking on the number one team in the league in Haroon and his Ankara Arcanines, and most of his games have gone to timer, and you can see why. His team consists of Blissey, Skarmory, Sylveon, Quagsire, Credilli, Noivern, Gallade, Cryogonal, Rapidash, and Alolan Persian. All ridiculous mons, all ridiculously fat for the most part. His offense really lies in, like, sort of Sylveon, Noivern, Gallade, and Rapidash, mostly. Like, that's where his, like, really offensive mons sit. But most everything else is just chunky. So, the game plan for this week is either set up and break through, or just fire off the hardest hits that I can. So, first thing we're bringing is going to be Cocoa Puffs, the Archeops, Life Orb, Defeatist ability, of course, with the Stone Edge, Dual Wing Beat, Heat Wave, and Knockoff. Knockoff is too important in this game because a lot of these bulkier mons, if they lose their items, become a little bit easier to deal with in the long run, lose a lot of their longevity, so I can hopefully make that happen for our team, which would be great. Basically, just Dual Stab, Stone Edge, Dual Wing Beat really break through the team. Stone Edge, 2 KOs. Sylveon, 2 KOs. Blissey, Stone Edge / Knockoff into Heat Wave actually KOs Skarmory, which is very important. I'm hoping I can get a knockoff on the Quagsire. I feel like Quagsire is going to be the main switch into this thing. That's pretty much about it. I just need to hit this thing to hit as hard as possible. We have enough speed to outpace Rapidash if it comes. Rapidash and or Cryogonal, I can outspeed both of those. They're the fastest mons I can outspeed, so I chose to outspeed them. Now, in order to keep this thing healthy, because I do want this thing to be putting in a lot of work in this game, I am bringing Canada the Audino with the Leftovers Regenerator ability. 252 HP, 156 in special defense, and 100 in speed. 100 in speed with the Timid Nature, it allows us to outpace a non-invested Skarmory. This way we can Flamethrower it, spam Flamethrower in front of it, we can outspeed it. It can't, like, just roost up in front of us, or try to, like... I could very well see Skarmory trying to set up, like, an Iron Defense in front of this thing, so we can try to body press it down, but we can just Flamethrower it down as well in front of us, kind of force it to keep spamming roosts and whatnot. Do a decent chunk of damage to it there, that way. This thing is here to pass wishes to things like the Archeops after it's taken some Life Orb hits, to keep the other members of our team healthy. That's the entire purpose of this thing this week. Knockoff, again, super important. And then I have Ice Beam. Ice Beam is there for the Noivern. I am this especially defensive because I want to be able to tank a hit from the Noivern and then smack it back with Ice Beam. If the Noivern even shows up. If it doesn't show up, well, then I have a useless move slot. But that's pretty much the whole purpose of Audino here. I thought about trying to fit Toxic, but I'm not as confident I'll be able to get rid of Blissey fast enough for Toxics to even matter. Blissey or Sylveon, or both, to be honest. He could bring Heal Bell on both, and it wouldn't even matter. So, next up, we're bringing the star of the team, Notre Dame, the Bronzong. 4 attacks Bronzong. This set's very interesting. So it's basically here to try to find ways to beat everything on the team. We have Culberberry with Heat Proof. This allows us to guarantee tank a hit from Noivern no matter what. Guarantee tank a hit from Gallade with Culberberry. Guaranteed tank hit from Rapidash if we have to. And then also take a hit from Alolan Persian if we have to. This thing tanks hits from pretty much everything. Flash Cannon is for stab purposes. Just and good spammable thing once we get some boosts up. We have Charge Beam. Charge Beam allows us to kind of go 1v1 against the Skarmory and kind of win. We have Grass Knot, because Grass Knot will allow us to beat the Quagsire 1v1, which is important. Again, once we get some charge beams up, we can flash cannon our way through a lot of things on the team. And then body press is our way of beating the Blissey. But basically, our goal is to kind of get some boosts up and just kind of break through him. We don't need boosts to break through the Quagsire with Grass Knot, which is nice. And we have enough speed to outpace a non-invested Credilli. So that's kind of the whole purpose of that. Yeah, that's our Bronzong. Notre Dame the Bronzong. Hopefully we can get a couple kills this week, and this thing can actually put in some solid work. It's particularly useful because it's something that can't be toxic and beat by my opponent's team that easily. So that's that. Next up, we are having the debut of Pants, the Scrafty, with the Expert Belt Moxie ability, Dragon Dance, Drain Punch, Knock Off, Poison Jab. If Quagsire is alive, this thing doesn't really get to do anything because obviously the unaware on Quag. But if we can get rid of Quagsire, this thing can go in. Drain Punch, obviously. Drain Punch, Knock Off for dual stabs, both amazing stabs in this game. Drain Punch breaking through the Credilli and the Blissey, and also doing a decent chunk to the Skarm as well. And of course, Knock Off because of Knock Off. And then I threw on Poison Jab because I wanted to make sure that we had either Poison Jab or Iron Head for the Sylveon. I decided that Poison Jab was more likely to be better because if he was going to bring a type-producing berry, he would probably bring up a Beery because of how threatening my Bronzong has been. So I think that Poison Jab is more likely to net the kill. If we can get going with this thing can just win the game, which I think is really important. I have enough speed. I don't exactly remember what this speed was for off the top of my head. But I believe it allows us to outpace, I believe, either Noivern or we get 1.5. It'd be an additional 58 points. So that would take us to 174. Okay, so that's for us to outspeed like Cryogonal, Rapidash, and whatnot at +1. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it's supposed to be. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had to go clock myself back in. My lunch break ended. And I had to get that taken care of. But we're on a slow day. Thursdays are slow days. We literally have like nothing to do. So I'm way far ahead, so I ain't worried about it. Next up, we have Eudicus, the Dragapult, also Life Orb. This is another reason why we wanted to bring Wish this week, because this thing is incredibly crucial here. Again, this thing requires one very important thing, and that's for Sylveon to be gone. If Sylveon is gone, this thing puts in a clinic. Dragon Darts tears through most things on the team, bar Sylveon and Skarm. It's so hard. 108 speed with the hasty nature allows us to guaranteed outpace everything on the team, including the Noivern. The 220 into our special attack is just to give us the extra oomph we need on Flamethrower to be able to break through Skarm, because Skarm is a nuisance for this, of course. Again, if Sylveon is there, this thing can't really get going, but if we can get rid of Sylveon and get a Dragon Dance up with this thing, I think we'd be in an amazing position. Especially if he goes into like Blissey on this, trying to predict us to be like, I'm not sure, trying to predict us to be like a special set, which I don't think he would think we'd be a special set based on the matchup. But yeah, if this thing can just get off some Dragon Darts and really mess stuff up, that'd be really fantastic. And last but not least, we have Juice, the Tangela with the Eviolite Regenerator, Giga Drain, Knockoff, Leech Seed, Substitute, Subseed. This can 1v1 Blissey. It doesn't like guaranteed avoid having a sub broken. It can't avoid having a sub broken by like S-Toss or whatever, but we get so much health back from Leech Seeds on a Blissey that it doesn't even matter at that point. Knock off and Giga Drain. Knock off to get rid of items and stuff. Giga Drain is our best offensive move to click against a lot of things on their team. Specifically also the Credilli. But we're not seeing any Credilli. I was going to run Sludge Bomb for it, but then I noticed that Giga Drain actually does more to Credilli than Sludge Bomb, so I decided to just keep the Giga Drain. But yeah, Subseed is kind of really good against a lot of members of this team. Just as an extra way of keeping them whittled down. This thing also can sub up easily in front of Quagsire. And kind of force other things to happen. Obviously, if he's Infiltrator on the Noivern, that could be a problem. But aside from that, this thing can put in a lot of work this game. Hopefully it does. Really looking forward to giving it a shot. So, hopefully this team will be able to pick up a W here. We definitely need it. If not, we're probably not making playoffs, and that's very unfortunate. Really wanted to make playoffs in my first PTG season, but hopefully I'll be invited back for future ones going forward. I would absolutely love that. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the matchup, shall we? While my computer boots back up, I'm just going to go ahead and continue recording the match this way because I have nowhere else to go. I had the first part recorded. Basically, all that happened, just to recap, is he led with Skarmory. I knocked it off with my Audino, hit it with a flamethrower. He whirlwinded me into my Archeops, and Archeops killed it with a Heat Wave. And then he went into Credilli. I switched into Bronzong on an Ancient Power, and then started firing off Body Presses. I got one off into the Persian, and now I'm firing off another one into this Rapidash, and that should KO. Perfect. We have killed the Rapidash. We do need to wish this thing up with our Audino eventually, for sure. This is going to be such a pain, trying to get this recording onto my computer, to splice it in the other one, if the other one even exists still. Because my computer crashed mid-recording, you can clearly see it just rebooted itself back up. I'm going to just body press this thing again, because he's probably just going to go for a knockoff. Or fake out, okay. He needs the extra recovery, honestly. You need to not be going this way, kid. Alright, so he goes for the knock. We live that again, of course. And let's smacky smack with another body press. Dude, can you not? Swinging his tail into the recording. What an asshole. My cat's a jerk. Sylveon left. I'd like to keep Bronzong for these, honestly. Yeah, I think I switch. You can honestly go Audino. It's not that big of a deal. We lose a little bit of HP, we lose our lefties, it's like not that big of a deal. Because we have regen and whatnot, so. That did a lot more damage than I would have liked, but that's fine. We throw out the Wish. Hardening Shot, that's totally fine. You don't really have anything like super offensive left as of this current time, at least from what I can tell. You have no great offensive options, so. Well, Sylveon to an extent, I guess. But going into the Blissey, probably just gonna try to spam. I'm just gonna spam Seismic Tosses, potentially. I think I'm gonna knock this thing off. Kind of see what it wants to go for. Leftovers, okay. Yep, just spamming S-Toss now at this point. And throw up another wish. If it's just going to spam Seismic Tosses, I'm not too worried about that. Toxic, that's acceptable. That's fine. I'm going to switch hard into... I'm going to go with a Juice here, actually. Hopefully he doesn't Toxic again on this turn. That'd be great. He does not. We get the wish onto Juice this turn. We can get up a sub. Hopefully in this thing's face. As he tries to Toxic us, which he will not be able to do. Yep. Do not go for S-Toss. Nice. Now we Leech Seed. I don't think he goes right into Credilli here. I think he... Oh, he does. I think he does. Yep, he goes right into the Credilli. Smart. Smart play on his part. He saw right through me. Very cool. I'm gonna knock this thing off. Assault Vest. Sludge Bomb, okay. So I know he's got 4 attacks, which is actually kind of nice to know. That's really good information. I'm gonna try to Giga Drain once. So I know he doesn't have Recover now. Now I know he doesn't have Recover, which is really good. Really good for us. Alright, so we're just gonna try to get the Giga Drain off here. We do get the Giga Drain off. We do kill the Persian. We're definitely gonna kill the Persian here. Sweet. I think he predicted me to go into Bronzong there on a Sludge Bomb. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We are very much in the driver's seat right now. Have we lost him on yet? We have not lost him on yet. I'm just going to throw a Leech Seed on this. Because I feel like there's no reason to do otherwise. We will tank a Hyper Voice. We will definitely tank a Mystical Fire. That is a lot of damage. Whoa, that killed? Oh, it's a crit. It doesn't tell me anything. And I can't run my... I don't have my calcs running currently because my computer is all messed up. So I don't know if that's specs or not. Because that's information that I really need to know. Sip a Wish. My computer's still not booting up. This is really bad. I'm really upset right now. He went out into the Bliss. Again, smart. Smart because he knows he can just spam S-Toss against me right now, and it forces me not to be able to bring Bronzong back in. So instead I'm going to bring in Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, we live in S-Toss, and then we get our wish back, which is good. Whoa. My computer looks very different right now than it did 10 minutes ago, and I don't like it. I'm just going to click Stone Edge. He Toxic. That's perfect. Because that shouldn't knock me into Defeatist range right away. That should not knock me into Defeatist range. And he only has the Blissey, the Sylveon, and the Credulity, so nothing really wants to tank a Stone Edge right now. So I just clicked Stone Edge again. This thing's still going to take a ton. Oh my god! I think even in Defeatist, I think we still kill this thing. I think we just Stone Edge again. There's no reason not to. As long as we land the Stone Edge, of course. That's key. As long as we can land the Stone Edge, I think we're good, but that requires landing the Stone Edge. He's going to withdraw. Goes back into this. If I get a crit, though, I might actually still be able to kill this. That did a lot of damage before. That did like 60%. Even at halved attack, we still kill. Yeah, we kill. Sweet. He's gonna get one more hit off with this thing before it dies. And we get it on the Sylveon, which is nice. So instead of doing anything crazy, I'm just going to knock this thing off. Because why would I do otherwise? Protects. Okay, so he's not choiced. That's good information. Smart. Sorry. Alright, so it's good information. Okay. I genuinely don't know what's going on with my computer. I'm shutting it down. There's nothing I can do. Everything's all messed up with my computer right now. And I'm gonna cry. I think a knock. He stays in perfect. Get rid of whatever item he has. Leftovers, that's fine. Hyper Voice. I was faster than him, which means my Scrafty's faster than him. So I think I just hit this thing for damage. So I'm just gonna Flamethrower. Let him take my Audino. I don't really care. He's shown Hyper Voice, Mystical Fire, Protect. The downside to this is I needed Dragon Dances up to be able to do really well in this situation. But Poison Jab him. He's gonna Hyper Voice and kill me. Which is bad, because I think we actually lose to this thing. I think we genuinely lose to this thing, and that's really unfortunate. I don't know if the crit Mystical Fire mattered. I think it probably did, because I'm Eviolite and I was pretty much at full. Or I was like close to full. I wasn't far off. I think that might have actually mattered heavily here. Hyper Voice, Mystical Fire. Do I think he kills me at 22? Probably. Man, if I'd been able to get a Wish into Bronzong, I think I'd been fine, but I think I'd definitely lose here. I have to try to go for this because I don't think a flamethrower from Pult... Yeah, that's not enough. Heatproof is not enough to save me there. I don't think flamethrower from Pult's able to kill this thing from this range, even at Life Orbed. I mean, if somehow this flamethrower does kill, then we're golden, but... I wish I had Steel Wing, man. I need the flamethrower for Skarm. I wish I had Steel Wing. Why would you protect? Like, I guess it's trying to scout. But there's no way that this kills. Oh, no way! No, he lived! What? I looked like he died. There's such a sliver. That's so bad. No, that's so... That was probably a roll, too. That was probably a roll. No! Oh, my God. To lose that way. Him living on 1 health. Man. Man, that sucks. I thought I killed him there. From my view on my phone camera right now, it literally looked like his health was gone. Damn. That sucks. The crit on Tangela sucked too. Because I would have been able to get rid of this thing's leftovers. Or I was going to get a leech seed on this thing. It would have been really good to have, but... Damn. That's a sucky way to lose. And I think that's going to cost us a chance to playoffs. Man, that really sucks. Living on 1 and then critting my Tangela. That Sylveon was a demon. Absolute demon with a bow on its head. What are you... hello? Hello? Sir? Can I help you? Can I help you? Sir, not now. I love you. I love you, Wesker. Not now. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully this is all pieced together appropriately, but yeah, 1 more week left and we'll see what happens. But till then, me and Wesker with his swishy tail say peace.